2018, so we are still pretty new to the market. 7 years. In these 7 years, we reached over 150 countries in the world. Of course, North America is one of the most important territories today, and even in this perspective in the future, because porcelain today in North America is very big. Sorry, it's very small, but supposed to become very big in the years, So I understand that more or less all of you already have big experience with porcelain, and this is great. Because when I was traveling in the States, 2018 was not like that, so I'm glad of that. I think that, our key, the way we used to develop the product, deciding the colors, of course, listening to the market, So for instance, we started with the Taj Mahal last year, because I think it's very popular for all, Taj Mahal is big request. What we do is this, we try to be a little bit innovative on what we are doing, So one thing is on technology, you're gonna see, and technology gives us the possibility to create a very realistic look, but give us also the possibility to have material that is easy to work, much easier to cut than other product. We are cutting up to 100 inches per minute. Now, when we want to play during the live training, we go even 130 inches per minute on our material, and material we sell. So material is very, I cannot say no tensions, but very little tensions, so it's very easy to work. About the product itself, today we have 80 colors. All of them came in 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 inch thickness. And we have more or less 20 colors in 3/4 of an inch thickness. Then, understanding a bit the product, and we can have a walk. We have, I think, today 7 different finishes. Not in all of them, of course, because a product like this, a stone, is came in matte, and this is a matte where you can feel the texture, a little bit of band, surface. We have another matte, for instance, that we use for metals. You see, this is a ventilated facade, it's a mock-up project, done with the 6 millimeters, and is a matte, but if you touch it, it's just flat, so it's flat, but flat, because, metal doesn't tear, but batik. So the concept for us is always to replicate as close as possible the material we wanna do. So for this reason, when we had to make the Taj, when we did all the natural colors, we stopped. It's a Amazonite for sure. For example, we always start purchasing the slabs. So it's not a computer graphic process. Of course, we use computer graphic because if there is resin cracks, we remove the defect of some of the defect. But we always start acquiring the slabs, and we have consultant traveling to work, helping us sourcing the right slabs to be reproduced. And with the aim to be as close as possible with the product, go back to the finishing. We are offering you the polished finishing that already. Polish means a lot of things in this world, because porcelain is a huge category. Different company has anyway different product if you are in the same category. And just to be clear, porcelain, ultra compact, sintered stone, we are talking about the same product. It's just a market. Because a sintered stone is a product by itself. Honestly, it's a marketing inscriptions that I wish that my marketing invented, because I love the way. But actually, porcelain is something made by the sinterizations of the feldspar. So feldspar is one of the minerals. We have no chemicals, no bonding inside. The bonding is the feldspar that when you reach 1,000, in Fahrenheit it's 2,300 Fahrenheit, this is the sinterization temperature, and you're gonna see it. So this feldspar melts and becomes the bonding of the slabs. This is a sinterization process, so the sintered stone comes from this, but we are talking about the same. This doesn't mean that ourselves with our competitor, we are the same. Because for instance, making polish, the thickness of the layer of glass we have to add, because there is digital printing on top of all porcelain, it. Then you can add the full body, you can add body color, whenever. But to have these kind of details, the only way is adding digital printing. If you're gonna make a real deep polishing, like the one you do on marble or on quartz, you're gonna remove it. So what we have to do is to work on the surface, don't go deep, making the surface shine. So before the firing, we put a layer of powder of glass. I'm simplify a bit now, to be honest, that a powder of glass on the surface that during the firing process is gonna melt, creating a layer of glass. And everybody makes this layer of glass shine. So the thickness of the layer of the glass makes a huge difference in chipping, in workability. So thicker the layer of glass, easier is having chipping and grip problems because glass is much more rigid than the porcelain in the body. So for instance, we have a polished look like everybody has in this industry. I think we have a layer of glass that is pretty thin, give us the benefit of looking very natural and avoiding problem with angling, cracking, unexpected breakages and chipping as well.